everyone, how's everybody doing? It's time for another exciting video from RK Loves Gadget. And this is a Casio, what is it? A Casio MQ-1200. This is like some sort of like a alarm clock, calendar, calculator type thing. It's quite interesting. I've had it for just over a year. I got it on eBay back in, what was it, December 2019, and it is pretty good anyway. It's quite an interesting design, and it's vintage as well. I guess it's from, I'm guessing, because I remember somebody did some research for me, and I'm guessing it's from 1985, but I'm guessing that anyway. Anyone that recognises it, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. So this is, well, it's not just a calculator and an alarm clock. It's a melody. It's a melody calculator. It's a melody alarm clock and calculator. So what that is basically it plays tunes. A lot of Casio things in the 80s were melody. Like you used to get a lot of melody calculators made by Casio in the 80s. Casio made some melody watches as well. So how this basically how this works? You've got these buttons along. You've got the LCD. You've got the screen obviously, and then you've got, I don't know if you can see. Just hold this up so you can see better. You've got a time button. You've got a date button, and then you've got alarm 1, alarm 2, and these are like where are they? These are like date memory. So I think you've got like a birthday one, and then you've got your date memory, and then you've got a select button, and this one's a light button. So I'm pressing it. It's not a very bright light. It's really a really soft backlight. You know, it's the sort of light that you used to get on watches. If I lift this up, there you go. You see, it's like a calculator. Yeah, one of the hinges on this lid is a bit broken, but it works really well, and otherwise, and it's in really good cosmetic condition as well, apart from this being a bit broken. Now you'll see the numbers have like musical notes on them. I'll show you what that's for. Some of these buttons do, you know, various things like set the clock, help, you know, involving setting the clock and everything else like that. And then you've got like a set adjust button, which is recessed, so you need like a pen or something small enough to fit in the hole and press that button. And then you've got two switches. You've got a volume switch. You've got four settings there for the volume, and then you've got a this is like a select switch. So that's like the time. It's a little clock, and then you've got the middle, and then you've got a calculator mode. And here is the back. You've got the speaker, and then you've got some information. And I don't know if I'm holding this up the right way. Let's see. I always like to read the writing on the back of these to make sure I've got it right, which I have. That's good. It's made in Japan. This one, a lot of products in the 1980s were made in Japan. And this is the battery compartment. There we go. Get that off there. Battery compartment's pretty good as well. No corrosion or anything. This is quite a weird battery compartment as well, because usually on a battery compartment it takes 3 AA's. Usually the top one would, so if you get a battery compartment that takes 3 AA's like this, the top one, the positive side would go to the left, and it would also go to the left on the bottom side, but this one's different. It's quite unusual. It goes, so this one goes to the, you'll see on the top, the positive side of the battery is on the left. But these bottom two, the one in the middle and on the bottom, they have the positive end go to the right. That's quite, so yeah, it's quite an unusual, it's quite a weird sort of battery compartment. Just put the battery cover on there. There we go. Now, the way this works, you've got these, so all these do different settings. You can set the clock and everything, and the lid actually has some, you know, pretty simple steps on how to use the device, how to set the time and set the alarms, set the date and everything. And it's just pretty simple, simple instructions, like kind of like a quick start guide or something. And it's quite complicated to set, actually. I managed to get somebody in the past to help me set this, and it does work. And we can't seem to figure out how to set the alarms though. So if anybody else out there knows more about this, feel free to tell me in the comment field. Maybe if somebody's got the instructions for it, I would love to get a copy of it. Because I did look on eBay for the instructions for this, and I can't seem to find them. So if anyone else can, if anyone else has got the instructions, I would love to get a copy of that. That would be a big help. Anyway, so you've got this select switch. If I move it to the middle, I'm just going to lower that volume a little bit. See. I think that'll do there on the second position. Anyway, so the calculator is quite interesting. So you can move it over all the way to the right, and you've got a calculator. So you can just use the calculator, like if I do a simple calculation here. You can see that. It's not a talking calculator, but there is actually quite an interesting way for me to actually cooperate with this, and I'll show you that now. Move the switch to the middle, and if I press the calculator buttons again, that is quite interesting. So it does different notes. Just move the volume up one more tad. There we go. And then the yeah, I think it might be better to keep it on high volume. I think you'll be able to hear it better, because these buttons do beep when you press them. You know, you've got your basic. It's a basic You know, the calculator's just a really basic layout. You know, you've got your percentage and things like that, and then you've got your all clear and clear, and then you've got your, your keypad, and then down the side here you've got your divide, times, minus, plus, and then equals there, and then your decimal point. Pretty simple layout. And so yeah, you could probably play a little tune with this calculator keypad. Now, one thing I love about this is if I do a calculation again, so if I do 2 plus 2 and an equals, that represents 4. Because I really like that. So considering I'm blind and I can't see that display, I can actually see, I can actually tell what the number is by the notes. But so the notes correspond with the different numbers that come up on the screen. So if I do a more harder calculation, so I did 5 times 5 there, and then if I do that again, that's 25. Alright, let's try something a bit more. I can't tell if that's supposed to be 613. Yeah, the buttons do beep, so you can do, and if you, I'm going to show you what it sounds like if you do, if I do, oh. So if you do a negative, if you get a negative number, you get a higher note there. And now if you do 3 divided by 2, that's 1.5. Now I'm going to show you the different melodies that this can play. So there's these different alarms. So alarm 1 is like a daily alarm, because you've got 7 different melodies for this one. So I'm going to press the alarm 1 button. So that's one. So I think what this does is you can, this will play a different tune every day of the week, and to cycle through that, you press the select button. So you can just go through like that. And you've got different tunes, all like world famous songs here. I like the sound that this makes. This is quite a nice sort of sound, nice sound to it. And then I like this one. There you go, like that. And you're back to the beginning. So you've got 7 different songs for that one. And in the second alarm, this is alarm 2. And you only get 1 tune for that. So I'm kind of surprised that this has 2 alarms on it. I think the purpose for this is maybe, I don't know, maybe you can have the alarm 1, which is probably your daily alarm with the 7 melodies. So it will play a different song each day, from Sunday to Saturday, or what they seem to put it as. And so yeah, you could probably, it's nice and loud as well, so it could probably wake up some people. So I would say maybe alarm 1 you could use as a wake up alarm, so you can wake up to a different tune each day. And probably alarm 2 you could, I don't know, you could, use it for, I don't know, you could just bounce around from time to time whenever you need it. So yeah, I'm not sure. And this is your date melody, memory melody. So I'm going to press this one here. It's your birthday melody. Again, only 1 tune for that. And then you've got a date memory function, and if this one has 2 melodies, and I think this one seems to be aimed at your wedding anniversary. So this is a tune, apparently it's called Trinklead. So that's Trinklead, and then this is I believe this is the wedding march. So you get there. Now, if I press the all clear button on the calculator and then press the select button, you can go through your different time signals. So this actually is a time signal. So every hour, every hour it does like a beep sound, and then at 12 o'clock in the afternoon it does like a Big Ben, like a doorbell sort of sound. So that's the beep. And that's what you get at 12 o'clock. It only does at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And when we get to Christmas, it plays Jingle Bells. Now I have actually found that this actually plays Jingle Bells on the 24th and the 25th of December. So yeah, so it will. So that's kind of surprising. So even as you get to Christmas Eve, it will still play Jingle Bells on the 24th. It will only do it for a certain amount of time though. So I think it only does it for a certain amount of hours, and then for the rest of the day it will just do your usual beep beep, and then your Big Ben sound, the doorbell ding dong sound at 12 o'clock. It will do it a bit more on the 25th of December, so it will be Jingle Bells. Not always though, maybe sometimes it will, I think it mostly does it in the morning though. The first few hours in the morning, does it in the morning. I don't know when it starts doing it or what, but in the morning it plays Jingle Bells, but then for the rest of the day I found that it will just do your usual beep, your beep beep sound. So yeah, so yeah, it's pretty neat actually. I really like it. So it does, you know, it does quite a lot. It does quite a bit. So obviously this is, you know, yeah. So I think that's pretty much everything. Everything I want to show you. I'll just show you this. I hope I've got the right angle here. I don't know if I've got the angle right, but this is the information on the inside of the lid. It's like a quick start guide on how you use the unit. Yeah. Casio also made a few watches like that, and it's pretty cool. In fact, I do actually have a Casio Melody alarm watch here. I'll just quickly show you this. This is I also got this on eBay as well, and I paid quite a lot for this. I got this the right way. Yeah. I like this because, you know, on this little section up here at the top, you've got like a little picture of a guitar. Yeah, it is quite quiet, but it does pretty much the same things as the calculator. But you've also got a stopwatch and countdown timer, so it's kind of like a chronograph. Yeah, it's not very loud, it's very quiet. Maybe I might do this, maybe do a review of this, maybe show this to you in a separate video. And I really like wearing this watch. It's not a talking one again, but it just plays tunes. But I do like it. Again, it's, you know, it does pretty much the similar thing to this calculator thing. So I think that's pretty much everything I want to show you. I don't think there's anything else particular. I wish I knew how to set the alarm, but I would love to demonstrate that. But like I said, if anyone else has got the instructions, I would love to get a copy of that manual. So I think that's pretty much everything I want to show you. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on push notifications, and as always, see you all very soon, and keep safe.